Hi judges, welcome to OceanAid. Ghost nets are fishing nets that have been left or lost to drift in the sea. They are notorious for bringing devastation upon marine life.
So fortunately, through its conversion into nylon yarn, a versatile material exactly the same standard as regular nylon is made, it can be used for a variety of products that can be repurposed infinitely, which is what makes this material so special and favorable. So we are deeply passionate about maintaining the integrity of our ocean ecosystems. Our vision is to end the destruction caused by ghost nets by facilitating collaboration between companies and communities.
These are the serious problems that we are tackling: the loss of marine biodiversity, the lack of jobs in poor communities, as well as the lack of connection between suppliers and consumers of ghost nets. If we don't act now, these problems will continue and likely worsen. Our business provides the solutions by being the middleman of these two ends of the market, with an app to facilitate ghost net removal. Besides, our business also provides jobs to poorer communities, as well as raises awareness via the sale of products made from repurposed ghost nets. We trust that our early involvement in the industry of ghost nets and helping it to reach its full potential can set it up for significant success in a path towards sustainability.
So similar to the market approach of Uber and Amazon, our business caters to the two-sided market of supply and demand. This is done through our app, which facilitates the supply of ghost nets through fishermen. These raw ghost nets are then sold to companies by us, followed by the sales of our own products towards resorts. And we chose to market our products to resorts because they are highly related to the environments we're looking at, so they tend to be most in need of sustainable assistance. Our operations will start in Indonesia and then gradually shift globally. So did you know that 30% of all fish in the ocean get caught in ghost nets? Not only that, 45% of all marine mammals on the list of threatened species have either been killed or harmed by ghost fishing gear. We chose to target Indonesia first, as the fishery industry there employs about 12 million Indonesians, yet their fishermen communities live below the poverty line. Ghost nets contribute to this problem as well, causing a 5 to 30% decline in fish stocks, which decreases their profit. Several companies use ghost nets to make their items, including big brands like Prada, Adidas, and Gucci, but namely Econil, a brand which converts these ghost nets into usable nylon fabric and supplies it to these other companies.
We will have two streams of income, the first being profit from selling raw ghost nets to companies, and the second being the sales of our products to resorts. Here's a quick preview of our app. The three main features of our app are the functions to report, record, and to help out. The report function is for whenever ghost nets are found but are unable to be retrieved by the person who sent the report. This notifies other fishermen or divers around the area to help. The record function is to help fishermen keep records of their successful retrievals, which is used as evidence to warrant them their pay. If fishermen are willing to volunteer, they can choose to help out. When someone reports a ghost net sighting, this will appear in the notifications of the other app users. You can decide whether they want to volunteer. We believe that this system will create an engaged and active community. Thank you.
Thank you for that presentation. Very well done again from a team. So that was fantastic. Judges, who would like to start off this one? Yes, Basu, go for it.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. Very, very interesting, obviously timely, and with a great social environmental impact. In terms of your volunteer, so how would it work? So if a fisherman sees that there is a net, they identify a net, they want to remove it, they want to retrieve it, who would they ask for help? And would they be able to do it themselves, and what's the incentive? If somebody's on the app and they volunteer to remove it, how would they get rewarded?
Okay, so for our app, as we said, there is a report function. So when fishermen find these nets and they choose to report, it will be here. So then local divers or volunteers can see that where ghost net will be, and if they're near it, then they can choose to volunteer. So the incentive would be that whenever we get these ghost nets and sell it to these companies, the companies will pay us a sum for it, and a portion of this money will go to the people who help to retrieve these ghost nets. So the volunteers will get a portion of the money.
So who will distribute so you say you're going to sell it to a company? What type of companies would that be?
Okay, so a company called Econil, they actually use these ghost nets to regenerate it into nylon, which this nylon is used to make clothes and furniture. So there's actually quite a big demand for that. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And do you get incentivized to report as well? Meaning, would you be able to get is there an incentive for people to report other than just obviously for the ecosystem? But is there a monetary incentive for those to report as well?
Not at the moment. We can look into that, but at the end of the day, when people actually volunteer to report and when these ghost nets get retrieved and given to us, then they will get the money.
Okay, very interesting.
Thank you.
Cool. Cisco, after you.
Thank you for the presentation. How do you plan to engage with the fishermen? Because at the end of the day, they are the guys who leave the nets out there. Do you have a plan to engage with them so that they curb their behavior? Maybe they can be the one reporting that they've lost the net or something's broken. What's your plan with engaging with the fishermen community?
Yes, so we realized actually fishermen are more than capable and more than keen on using technology. So this app is actually targeted towards them. So there's an app called Aruna, which is an Indonesian fishery e-commerce startup that they actually have more than 5,000 Indonesian fishermen on board. We actually have a slide on that we can show you. Yeah, so this is the app that targets Indonesian fishermen to sell their fish on this app to larger companies. So it's kind of like a really similar concept to us. So we want to tap on this network, and basically I think it's quite possible to reach out to these Indonesian fishermen who actually use quite a lot of technology and would be willing to help out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool. Carly, go for it.
There we go, unmuted. Thank you for the presentation. A question I have is, have you considered potentially how you could increase the demand for your, well, you've explained that it contributes to the production of the nylon, and then there's demand for that. You cited a few of your brands that would use this recycled material in their products. Have you considered a way to actually increase their demand, or what would incentivize them to want to take up more of that product and therefore give more scope for your app and your ocean cleanup mission?
Actually, using products from Econil will, like, using the ghost nets as material for their own clothes and their products will, I guess, help them to meet their ESG requirements. So they could fund us as well, and basically this would increase the demand, because the more they know that this material can increase their ESG score, then I guess they would want to use this material more.
Fantastic, thank you.
Yes, also adding on to her point, so this is a plan for like future. So actually we want to target hotels who actually, because most hotels, we think that they want to be sustainable, just that they don't know how to start and like what's the first step to take. So as we said here, we want to make our own products from these ghost nets and sell them wholesale to these resorts. So it's kind of like making them like play their part in being sustainable. So I guess that would be kind of an incentive for them. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Kishan, just before you do that, I would like to pop the poll up there for the audience to answer. And Kishan, if you would like to ask your question to our entrepreneurs while that happens.
Excellent. Presentation, fantastic. I thought that very well presented. Wanted to just ask you a quick question. What triggered you to come? Was there a certain personal moment about, or, what was it that made you say, this is the idea that I think is something that I would like to go with?
Okay, well, so my family and I, we went to Bintan, Indonesia for vacation a few years ago. So we basically saw that when we went diving, the fish population was really low and there were no fish that could be seen or marine life. So when we asked around, the locals actually told us that the main cause for this was because ghost nets were smothering and killing these marine animals, and no one was actually doing anything to stop this. So that's why we were really inspired to start something like this. And also considering the fact that the fishing industry is like really kind of, they're not making that much money, and they actually are capable to get these ghost nets and retrieve them. So that's why we wanted to create like a connection between these two companies, because the demand is not being met for these ghost nets. And I think our app or business would be good in helping that. Yeah. Yes. Thank you.